People are trashing the earth at a very efficient rate. However, in this case, efficiency isn't also good for us, because, much to some people's surprise, me and you and everyone else lives on Earth. In the last 200 years, humans have added over 2.3 trillion tons of carbon dioxide to Earth's atmosphere, causing global warming and rising sea levels. Every minute, 20 football fields of forests are destroyed, and each year, over 8 billion tons of coal are used to make energy.
Coal. Coal sucks. However, for some reason, people still love to use it. Roughly 30% of the world's energy comes from the combustion of coal, about 27.4 here in America. The first problem with coal is just getting the coal in the first place. Mining for coal destroys the environment. Millions of tons of waste is produced in order to get the coal. Then, once you have the coal, you have to actually turn it into energy. This is done by burning the coal, which creates much more pollution and is one of the top contributing factors to climate change. The smoke from coal combustion can cause asthma attacks, chest pains, and breathing problems. Coal pollution contains toxic mercury, which damages the nervous system, and coal pollution can also lead to contaminated drinking water. The pollution from burning coal leads to 12,000 emergency visits and $100 billion in health costs every single year. Coal is dirty, outdated, unhealthy, and limited.
Not all hope is gone, though. Our planet might not die because we have many renewable energies, like geothermal energy. You can take energy straight from the Earth by using the heat from the core. What a great idea, an almost infinite amount of energy, except for the fact that it's trash. It can release greenhouse gases, the thing we were preventing in the first place, and it can cause earthquakes, which can literally kill people.
Hydrogen fuel is a source of renewable energy that is more powerful than fossil fuels and is non-toxic. However, it is very expensive to produce because you have to go through a complicated process. Then, once it is produced, it is even more expensive to try and transport and to store the fuel. This is because it needs to be kept at extremely low temperatures, or else it will just evaporate. It also causes a safety hazard because it is extremely flammable. Hydroelectric and tidal powers is a renewable energy that is both abundant and cheaper than many other options. However, it is horrible for the environment. They create large emissions of carbon dioxide and methane, heating up the earth. They also can cause droughts and floods near the dams. And then, they totally mess up the ecosystem around them, killing plants and countless fish and aquatic animals. Migrating fish are left unable to travel, causing a lack of reproduction and therefore extinction of some species. And recently, even more events like the Grand Coulee Dam are coming out. In this event, they released a whole bunch of water from the dam, churning up nitrogen gas and killing a lot of fish. Each day, over 100,000 fish in the Columbia River were killed because of the event. Tidal powers has much of the same events, hurting the ecosystem near the oceans.
In addition to hydroelectric energy, which kills fish, we found that the solar energy is burning birds by deflecting the light from the sun, which hits the birds midair and sets them on fire.
It's now under fire because the heat it produces, up to 900 degrees, is charring the feathers of birds flying through, often causing them to crash and die. Workers on site call them streamers because of the smoke plume created when the birds ignite in midair.
But we can't kill poor birds. Let's use wind power instead. Maybe it's gonna help everything. Clean, renewable energy that doesn't hurt anyone.
But it does. The birds, they die. It's really sad.
Every year, more than 300,000 birds are killed by wind turbines, especially in migration zones. This means that about 0.69 birds are killed every minute. And it's true. We conducted a precise scientific experiment on it, and it turns out that the facts are more true than we thought. And worse than that, some people say that the sound causes cancer.
And they say the noise causes cancer. You tell me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so... And of course, it's like a graveyard for birds.
A way to prevent natural disasters involving burning birds and killing fish, we can use biomass, which is the natural resource from plants and animals that can be reused. This is because these sources are very easy to grow and gain, where other sources take years to grow, such as fossil fuels. It works in all parts of the United States. Where plants grow, biomass works. Germany already uses it a lot, and we found that biomass is already up to 5% of primary energy use in the United States. This happens through 5 processes of conversion. First one is combustion, which is the process by which flammable materials are burned in the presence of air or oxygen to release heat. It is the simplest method by which biomass can be used for energy. The second one is gasification, which is the conversion from biomass to a producer gas. This is done by heat and pressure, and this producer gas can be used in place of natural gas. Pyrolysis, the third conversion, is thermal decomposition in the absence of oxygen. It is the precursor to gasification and takes place as part of both gasification and combustion. The fourth, anaerobic digestion or biodigestion, which is where the biomaterial is broken down with the bacteria, and the bacteria decomposes the material, yielding methane and carbon dioxide, which can be captured and used to cleanly burn. Fermentation, which is the involvement of plants' sugar into an alcohol or acid. The bacteria are added to the biomass material, which feed on the sugars to produce ethanol, which is an alcohol, and carbon dioxide.
The reason biomass is so great is because it's carbon neutral. Carbon neutral means that no excess CO2 is released into the atmosphere. Fossil fuels like coal and oil release very large amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere, which is a major factor to climate change. With biomass, the cycle can continue forever with little to no pollution as a result. Most of the current energy sources being used, such as fossil fuels, along with being terrible for the environment, will eventually run out. However, it's pretty much impossible to run out of biomass.
Biomass is an extremely abundant and easy to grow resource. However, we still need to improve some aspects of biomass production. If people do not farm the plants, then it can lead to deforestation, and it is also more expensive than traditional fossil fuels. Finally, growing the plants obviously uses a lot of land. But for a clean, renewable energy for our future, I think biomass is a perfect plan.
In conclusion, to help our earth and our air, use biomass. It is a natural resource, can be grown very quickly, and does not release harmful pollutants into the air.